Hello, everybody. Dr. Lemster here. Welcome to topic one. I hope that you are looking forward to this class because I'm super excited and it is a class that I really enjoy teaching every semester. The purpose of this video is to walk you through the topic one assignment, which is online scavenger hunt for success. There is a template that you will use with the assignment, which you can find at the bottom here. So you'll see two attachments. One of the attachments is a blank template for you to fill out and complete and turn in for the assignment. The second attachment is an example, so you can click it open and then see the example of me kind of filling out some of the questions so you can kind of see what that looks like, just to provide you for, with some extra help on how to complete the actual assignment. So let's take a look at the scavenger hunt document that you will be turning in. Before we do that, just want to note that APA style is not required for the body of the assignment. That is because you're filling out a table or a chart, but we always expect solid academic writing and all sources need to be documented according to APA guidelines. So that is your in-text citations, as well as the way you are formatting your references. Those should all be in APA format. All right, let me go ahead and stop sharing really quick, and I'm going to pull up that template so that you can see my examples. So the one that I'm pulling up and going to share with you, it's not the blank one because it does have my examples on there. But again, you have two attachments. One is blank and one has my specific examples on there. All righty, let me go ahead and share this here. Okay, so this is what your template looks like, and it's just kind of an introduction to the course, just to kind of get our feet wet with the content. So the very first thing that you will address is, it says from the first section in the book, what are 5 environmental concerns you will learn about in this class? So in your class resources, you will find the textbook for this course. It is a really, really nice textbook because it is a GCU custom course content. What that means is the textbook was written specifically for this class. So you can peruse through the chapters. It is, of course, an ebook, so you can kind of peruse through the different chapters. And all you're going to do here is give 5 different things that you think that you'll learn about in this class based on what the book says. So my first example here is just biomes and ecosystems. In our second question here, we are reflecting on how we feel like learning about the environment in this class will impact our future career. So for example, I wrote, in my future career of teaching, I think a big area of sustainability will be the classroom resources I use, ... I am a K-12 teacher. I teach 7th grade. And I think that me cutting back on my paper use, me being aware of the resources that I use in the classroom, things like that, are really important. Also, the way that I model sustainability for my students is really important. So whatever your future career is, you're going to reflect on how the environment will impact you. All right, for 3 and 4, they are very similar, but in 3, we are going to find a scholarly or peer-reviewed source on biomes and ecosystems. So here's my hint for you. Personally, I always use Google Scholar or the GCU library to find my peer-reviewed sources. I think those are the best ones because they are reviewed by a group of peers for that particular content area. So once we find a great peer-reviewed article that we like on biomes and ecosystems, then you are going to write 1 sentence with information from the article, and you are adding an in-text citation. So for here, I have Tamario et al. Period, comma, 2019. The reason that I have et al. Here is because there are more than 3 authors. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So anytime we have 3 authors or more, I need to put the name of the first author's last name. And then I'm going to add et al. Add et al. Here with a period and then a comma. Et al. Is Latin. It means and others. The next thing, I also have another example for you. If you didn't want to do a parenthetical citation where your citation is at the end, that's fine. You can flip it around and you can add your citation at the front. This is called a narrative citation. Please note, though, that here at the end, I have a period and a comma. When I put it at the front, it's just a period. There's no comma. So a couple of examples for you here. You can cite parenthetically, or you can do a narrative citation. And then providing the full APA 7th edition reference. So I have the authors here. I have the title of the journal article. Please note that I've only capitalized the first letter and everything else is lowercase. The title of the journal itself is capitalized appropriately. It is italicized, and then the volume is also italicized. And if you use the example, you can see the notes that I have here. The next one is the exact same thing. So you're just finding a peer-reviewed or scholarly article on water pollution. Once you have found that, you're going to do the same thing. Again, you can have a parenthetical citation where your citation is at the end. Another way I could write this is to have a narrative citation where I have it here at the very beginning. And please note here, I do have a notice for you. When we have a parenthetical citation, it should be the ampersand sign. When I put the author's names at the front, I actually going to spell out and. I've got the same information here. So I've got the authors, then the year. I've got the name of the journal title itself. Please note that there is a colon here. So that is why I have capitalized the B. The name of the journal itself is italicized and capitalized appropriately, and then the volume is italicized. Okay. On the next part, you are going to go to this website here, mediabiasfactcheck.com. You are going to search the website, and I'll flip over in just a second so I can show you what that looks like. But you're going to search the website and find one source that could be considered left biased, right biased, conspiracy pseudoscience, and pro-science. And then you're going to give the source and say why. For example, XYZ source is considered a left bias source because. XYZ source is considered a right bias source because. And then here we can just add biased. Okay, so let's click on this website and see where to find the information. Let me make sure I reshare here. Okay, so when you come to this website, you are going to land on a page that looks like this. And then you're going to hover over bias categories. So you can see here, I have my left bias, my right bias, my conspiracy, pseudoscience, and then my pro-science source. You will notice there are a lot of pop-ups that really gets on my nerves. So let's click on left bias, for example. It's going to give you a long list. You can click through any of these sources that would be considered left bias. And then you are going to write for me why it would be considered under that category. Okay, you'll do the same thing for right bias, and then so on and so forth. So you'll get a whole list here. You can click and explore whatever you'd like. You're going to pick one and tell me why it falls in that particular category. All right, let's go ahead and go back to our template here so we can finish up the last piece. Share my screen again here. Okay, so you're going to fill out this table on this side here. The last part of the assignment, we are going to use the GCU library and find 3 separate articles to help us write about 3 of the following topics. So we are choosing 3 topics. We're not just choosing one. So I need to find 3 articles about endangered species, environmental toxins, farming, sustainable building materials, or water pollution. So for example, I can find one article on endangered species because that interests me. Farming is super interesting to me, so I might find a second article on that, and then I might choose water pollution for my 3rd article. Same thing as above, I personally use Google Scholar or the GCU library. It does say to use the library here. I'm fine if you choose to use Google Scholar as well. So you can see here, we're going to fill out 3 different tables. So Article 1 table here, Article 2, and then Article 3. What we are doing, and you can follow my example, is why would you use this article? So I just put this article is from a peer-reviewed source and it is reader-friendly. create a full reference for the source. So you can see here, I have 3 or more authors. So I need to make sure later down here that I'm using et al, which again means and others. I have to make sure the formatting is correct. So this is the title of the journal article, and I need to make sure that it's capitalized appropriately. This is the name of the article, the journal article. This is the name of the journal, excuse me. Public Health Research. It is appropriately capitalized and italicized, and then this is the name of the volume. Here, I'm going to paraphrase a fact from the source, and I'm going to insert an in-text citation. Remember, you can do this 2 ways. You can do a narrative citation at the beginning, just like this, or you can do a parenthetical citation at the very, very end. You have options on how you choose to present the information. Next, we're going to find a quote and create an in-text citation. So you can see here, I've got these quotation marks, which lets me know as the reader that this is a direct quote, word for word from the author. One thing I will say is, and a lot of students miss this, anytime, guys, anytime we are using a direct quote like this, we have to make sure that we include the page number. As before, I can present this 2 different ways. I can do a narrative citation. I can do a narrative citation here with the page number at the end. Please note that the period, you see I don't have a period here. It goes all the way at the end. Or I can just do the whole thing as a parenthetical citation. So narrative citation here or parenthetical here. I've got my quote here. Please note there's no period here. I then put my citation, Merrim et al., period, comma, 2019, comma, page 42. You'll notice that the period goes at the very, very end. It does not go in front of the citation here. So then you will repeat the same thing for Article 2 and Article 3. Alrighty, that is pretty much the gist of the first assignment. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me, and I'm always happy to help clarify or provide any additional information. Take care. Have a blessed week.